This is the Enterprise, a Tier 7 American aircraft carrier. It is the main reward for the Grey Ghost campaign, and it is basically your normal Tier 7 American aircraft carrier with armor-piercing bombs and torpedoes, but it is the Enterprise. It is a Yorktown class aircraft carrier, and it is probably one of the most famous ships throughout the entire war, with the most distinction of all ships. It had the most rewards, and the ship really isn't that remarkable in the game, as it turns out. It's just your normal Tier 7 aircraft carrier, but it is the Enterprise. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and do this. That's right, the USS Enterprise, NCC-1701D, commanded by the famous Jean-Luc Picard. And this is the only way to play this ship in the game as far as I'm concerned, at least for now anyway. So with that, let's get into the setup of the ship and the commander, who, as I said, is Jean-Luc Picard. Make it so, as it turns out, is his base trait, and that improves the bombers and the torpedoes' HP. So it improves the health by 3.8% here at rank 16 Legendary 3. It will max out at 4% when I get Legendary rank 4 going. As for inspirations, William Sims, Built to Last. This improves the HP per ship tier by 400 points per ship tier. And then here we have the hybrid battleship commander, Joseph Reeves. Football helmet is his inspiration. Damage of bombs and torpedoes launched by aircraft at your ship is reduced by 15%, and sea detectability range and air detectability range is also improved by almost 1.9, say 2% here with these inspirations. So this is what I've done, is improve the damage incoming to your ship and concealment, and then the HP has been boosted here. So the first skill is swatting at flies. Your aircraft carrier's average AA damage per second is improved by 20% here. And then we went with a dark silhouette, which also further improves the aircraft carrier detectability by another 8%. You really don't want to be spotted. And I have seen in a lot of matches I've been in that the enemy, the red team, will make a mad rush toward the aircraft carrier. Next thing you know, your blue team's gone and the entire red team is wiping out your aircraft carrier. So you definitely want to stay hidden. Out of sight is the third skill, and this improves the dive and skip bomber detectability, and the bomber's HP is also improved. And then the unique skill for Picard is Engage, and this improves the bomb dispersion radius of the dive bombers. It's improved by 6% here at Legendary rank 3. When you max out to Legendary rank 4, that goes up to 8%. And you do get several Citadel hits, a lot of Citadel hits actually, but as you will see, the maximum bomb damage is reduced so much that that part isn't thrilling, but the amount of Citadel hits you get here with the Enterprise is pretty darn awesome. Corkscrew is a legendary skill, and AP shell and bomb penetration multiplier is improved by 5%. Legendary rank 3, it goes up to 6% when you go up to Legendary rank 4. So there are a lot of things here that will be improved by going up to Legendary rank 4, which I will be doing as soon as possible. Special effect is incoming damage to your aircraft carrier. That gets reduced by another 20% again when you're within range of an allied ship. And here at Legendary rank 3, it's 2.75 kilometers. And when you max out to Legendary rank 4, that goes up to 3.5 kilometers. So I'm really looking to max Picard out, as it turns out. All right, so the upgrades for the Enterprise. First one is Flight Control Mod 1, which improves the aircraft restoration time to make sure that you don't run out of airplanes, not ships, airplanes. Air Groups Mod 2 is the next upgrade here, and it improves the bombers and torpedo bomber HP by 3%. So we're looking to max out the aircraft at every stage. And here, Concealment System Mod 1, detectability range is improved by another 10%. So we're really looking to stay hidden here with this setup, and incoming fire dispersion is improved by 5%. So that doubles up on your fully upgraded camo or skin. And the last upgrade is Air Groups Mod 3, which aircraft return speed is improved, and the bombers and torpedo bombers HP is improved yet again. So we're doing all we can to protect our aircraft and stay hidden. Loadout. Here you have 2 squadrons, and each of the squadrons do have consumables. And got the armor-piercing bombers and torpedoes, and they each have 3 patrol fighter flights. Duration is 60 seconds, reloads every 10 seconds, and as I said, there are 3. And then each of these squadrons has 2 evasive maneuver consumables, and this will reduce incoming damage by 50% while the consumable is active, but it's only active for 10 seconds, reloads every 150 seconds. And then we have the consumables. These are all auto consumables, which will get engaged by the computer when appropriate. First one is Damage Control Party, runs for 60 seconds, and it reloads every 90 seconds, and that's an unlimited consumable. And then there are 4 fighter consumables here, and these are pretty awesome. They follow the ship and automatically attack enemy aircraft, and it activates whenever your aircraft carrier is spotted by an enemy. The fighters run for 10 minutes, 600 seconds, and they reload every 40 seconds. And there are 4 of those consumables, as we said. Here I'm maxing out the boosters for a while, but that could change depending on the match. And yeah, we do have the USS Enterprise premium skin for the Galaxy-class Starship Enterprise. And the ship, let me see here, let me select the ship and then hit L2. And then here, yeah, this is what the skin looks like, but the Enterprise does come with a permanent premium skin, as you saw, historical skin. And the Star Trek, as most people know or should know, the Star Trek Enterprise was named for the World War II Enterprise CV6 that you see right here. That was the inspiration for that naming, according to Gene Roddenberry, or according to the Wikipedia page that I checked out. Okay, so that's it for the skin. Okay, so then for the specs, survivability hit points is 54,200, and that is with Sims, increasing that, so it would be lower if you didn't have Sims. Armor is 13 to 102 millimeter with a 28% torpedo damage reduction. And then we have the aircraft here. First up is the Helldivers, normal armor-piercing bombers, and the squadron hit points is 3526. That's for the entire squadron. Maximum speed is 163 knots. Attack unit size is 3, and there are 9 aircraft per squadron. And maximum bomb damage, this is the bummer about these armor-piercing bombers, is maximum bomb damage is 2,700, and that's exactly what you will get for each Citadel hit. No more than that. So aircraft maximum flight range is 38 kilometers, and this is important because you will run out of fuel, and you can't just loiter around and spot for your team. As you know, as of a couple updates ago, those were the changes. Aircraft restoration time, this is very important so you don't run out of aircraft. It's 29 seconds, 18 aircraft on deck, and aircraft per restoration is 1. So I think the aircraft restore 1 aircraft every 29 seconds, I guess is how that's supposed to go. And then the torpedo bombers, they are Avengers, and these are really cool to look at when they take off. At least I thought it was pretty cool. Hit points for the squadron is 2884. Maximum speed is 161 knots. Same attack unit size and number of aircraft per squadron. And maximum torpedo damage is 6467, and this is roughly about half of what the torpedo maximum damage was when aircraft carriers were first introduced into the game, if I'm not mistaken. Torpedo speed is 40 knots, which is pretty slow. The range is 3.5 kilometers, which I think might be pretty good for an aircraft carrier torpedo. Flight range is 36 kilometers, so you got to get it done before 36 kilometers, or you will run out of gas. That's all the fuel you have is 36 kilometers. And restoration time is 27 seconds. All right. So then the artillery, there's only 8 guns, 5-kilometer range, and this exactly right here is why I didn't build for secondaries on the ship. AA defenses, these look pretty stout. You might be able to clear the sky or stay a little bit safe with this AA defense. Maneuverability, 32.5 knots. Turning circle radius is 1 kilometer with a 13.1 second rudder shift time. And concealment, we did build into the concealment here. And detectability range by sea is 10.9 kilometers. Detectability when the ship is on fire, hope that doesn't happen, but if it does, it's 12.9 kilometers. Range by air is 8 kilometers, and guaranteed detectability range is 2 kilometers. All right, so then the armor, so actually the Citadel is pretty far down on the deck here, so you probably won't get taken out by bombs, but you will get taken out by big-time surface ships. So battleships and cruisers, when they chase you down, like I mentioned earlier in the video here, you will get wiped out in short order, but I've kind of found that the ship is kind of resilient, taking all that punishment, though, as it turns out. So, all right, so overview. High aircraft restoration speed, and under 30 seconds is a great aircraft restoration speed. Stealthy aircraft with good concealment, and that is awesome. Everything you can do to help your aircraft survive is great. And then the last one here is the aircraft carrier. It does have armor-piercing bombs, and those are awesome. So then the Enterprise is the second Yorktown-class aircraft carrier. It played a role in virtually every campaign in the Pacific. The Galaxy-class starship Enterprise NCC-1701D was the Federation's flagship for 8 years under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. She was the most advanced exploration ship of her day, capable of extreme warp speeds and extended missions to explore strange new worlds. And that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out in a standard battle and see if Jean-Luc can make it so.
Before the battle, I would like to have some tea. Earl Grey, hot.
All right, so now that Jean-Luc has his tea, we're going to take off in some torpedo bombers and go straight ahead and do some scouting, see what we can run into, but we're not really going to do any spotting. I guess I should mention, you can get Jean-Luc Picard for a free, basically, by completing the Galactic Guardian personal mission. He's also available in the store for 5,000 doubloons or $20, and that is the same price for the Enterprise D skin here that we're using right now. And yeah, the historical Enterprise, the Gray Ghost, the Big E. I'm struggling here, I guess, because it is a historical ship that everybody really wants, but there is nothing game performance-wise as really remarkable about this ship, as in, oh boy, you get the Enterprise, you're really going to dominate your match. And the best you can hope for, I think at this point, for me anyway, is for at least a couple weeks to put the Enterprise skin on, use Jean-Luc Picard with his accuracy, unique skill with the armor-piercing dive bombers, and try to do a little bit better damage. The biggest problem with the Enterprise in general, in my opinion, is the very low damage output of the armor-piercing shells. You will see throughout this match that we will get some pretty big armor-piercing dive bomb hits, Citadel hits, but at 2,700 maximum damage, it's like death by 1,000 cuts or 10,000 cuts or whatever. You are not really getting that much damage, but in this match, I am divisioned up with my buddy Duck, and we are going to play a pretty good divisioned game where we have pretty good communication, and basically we did have fun throughout this match. As I recall, we are down a little bit, and we do come back at the very end to win the match. And I find it extremely difficult to hit the hybrid battleships here, the hybrid American battleships, with the armor-piercing shells. There you see we got 2 hits, but I don't believe I have ever really citadeled the hybrid battleship at all. A lot of other battleships, a lot of other ships, yes. Hybrid battleships, you can see here I am trying to aim toward the nose, but as the ship drifts, even though I let the bombs go at the nose, the bombs would have hit, had they have gotten a hit, it would have hit midway on the ship. So we're going to go back out there, and as I recall, I think I kind of stayed away from the Connecticut, and we're going toward C, between B and C. I'm looking over there, he's got like half health. I'm going to put the pip, the center dot here on this guy to see what kind of battleship it is. Eventually, when I come around here we're spotted probably by a destroyer, but he is this battleship right here is just loitering around by this island, and he's sort of backing up a little bit, but this is going to be a very easy hit on the Amagi. Okay, so I didn't really know what it was. We got 3 hits, and we are starting to get a tighter circle as we're ranking up. Picard here, this aircraft carrier, as all aircraft carriers in the game, it seems like it is running away, and that looks like a good group here. And there we did get 2 Citadel hits on that aircraft carrier. So a lot of times it's hard to get Citadel hits on aircraft carriers because the Citadel is so far below the flight deck. But there we did get 2 Citadels, 8 bomb hits, 3 torpedo hits, and only 19,000 damage. We did spot 6 of the enemy ships though, so that is good. And we are going to come over here by the Amagi. That guy was just milling around the island, so he is a great target. I think he really, the Amagi doesn't really move around very much at all. And here you can see we are down, so we're up on points a little bit because we've captured more bases, but I guess we just did get a little bit evened up there on ships. And yeah, the Amagi is just milling around right here, and it looks like a good drop right there, and we get 2 more hits. But you want to go bow to stern or stern to bow when you're making these bombing runs to maximize your ability to drop the bombs on the ship. When you're going at a right angle like that, you're really minimizing the amount of bombs. But the grouping circle that Picard helps you out with should help in any event. So this looks like it is going to be a great strike, and here we don't really have much time left, so we have to let the bombs go. And we got 5 bomb hits, even though it was right at the very back of the ship. Here is the last bomber left in the group, and to be honest, I wasn't quick enough to see whether I hit the down arrow or whether I ran out of fuel. So I could have run out of fuel. 15 bomb hits now, same number of torpedo hits, and we're up to 25,000 damage. So the 15 bomb hits don't really add up all that much. And yeah, if you're not getting a Citadel, you're getting way less than 2,700 HP of damage. So we're still going to come over here toward this Amagi, and normally I start my torpedo runs on any ships, any aircraft carriers, right around 5 kilometers, but here I'm starting to go around 4 kilometers or even closer now, especially with the Enterprise, which I've been playing quite a lot in this update. And here this looks pretty good, but you can see that the time that we had to complete our dive was starting to run out, and we are going to get only 1 hit there on that Amagi. Had we have gotten 2 torpedo hits, we would have taken them out. So we're going to try to get it done right here. And yeah, I'm looking to move my ship around because I can see that the cruiser is getting kind of close. So we got the Amagi as I'm trying to set my navigational course over here, and that cruiser is, the Ochakov, is really looking to wipe us out. So a great number of matches, the red team will make a mad rush at my ship, the Enterprise, and that has happened more times than I can remember in recent memory playing aircraft carriers. It seems like maybe the player strategy has changed quite a bit, or somehow with the new updates where they kind of did want you to move your aircraft carrier closer to the other team because of the fuel. The strategy on each of the players on the blue or the red team is to rush the other aircraft carrier. So here my teammate drastically takes this guy out, and a glancing blow will get the second kill for the Enterprise there. And there you go. But that was a Citadel hit. So here, I am kind of picking off these ships as my team is really drastically reducing the HP. And I am sort of looking at it as a team effort rather than stealing kills. I think that's the best way to look at it. And that's my story, and I'm going to stick with it. As I recall, that even happens against this battleship right here. So, yeah, we are looking pretty good. We are 3 ships to 2 ships here. And I'm thinking that one good hit here on this Tirpitz, and he is done. And he is done. 2 Citadel hits. Just a flesh wound because they got me as I was on my way to the Tirpitz. I think the Ochakov and all those other surface ships knocked my ship down to 500 HP of hit points left, and it was a pretty easy way to go to take me out from that point. But we did end up winning the match. 380,000 silver credits, and that is no doubt because of the Tier 7 premium that is out there for the Tier 7 ships. 5 torpedo hits, 22 bomb hits, 3 destroyed ships, 7 Citadel hits. That is a lot of Citadel hits, especially for an American ship. So let's see how we did on the team result. Even a good game with the Enterprise. People are way down there. I don't really think I've seen many games with the Enterprise up on top. All right, well, there you go. That's it for my look at the Enterprise and the performance you can expect with Jean-Luc Picard. He makes a tighter grouping radius for your armor-piercing bombs as you're doing those dive bomb attempts, and you're going to get more hits. Damage is really low, and there's just not much more to say about that, and I think that is why you see a lot of reviews. People are saying that the Enterprise is not really that great, and it's underwhelming. Maybe it'll get buffed in the future. I don't know, but if nothing else, you got to see a little bit about the ship and the skin here and the aircraft that come with the skin in action. So let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.